It's Hump Day, everybody, on the Colleen and Bradley Show, My Talk 1071, streaming live at MyTalk1071.com. Everything Entertainment. I'm Colleen Lindstrom. That's Bradley Trainer.
Hello, ladies.
Hello. Pew, pew, pew. It's Wednesday, everybody. Get on that hump with us. You know who's getting on that hump?
Oh, God.
And it's no summer fling, you guys. Benifer Agenifer.
Benifer 2.0.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
Remix.
Whatever you want to call Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's rekindled romance. It is not a summer fling. Oh, no. How do we know this? Because People Exclusive. Pew, pew.
What does that mean?
That means the call's coming from inside the house. So let me tell you what a source close to Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck on their Mediterranean tour has to say about their romance. So, don't worry. A source is telling people that the couple is very much enjoying their vacation touring the Mediterranean islands to celebrate.
I was worried that they were having rough waters on their beautiful yacht.
Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard to be on a multi-million-dollar yacht in the south of
Italy.
Warmth. Right now, they're headed towards Italy. I'll tell you about that in a moment. But a source is also saying, hey, you guys, this is more than just a vacation during the summer romance. This is not a summer fling. They are planning a future together. Here's my favorite part. They have serious talks about how they can make it all work. Between their relationship, their kids, they know it will be tricky to balance it all.
Yeah.
So they're in serious talks about the future of their relationship. I can just see, like, they're sitting down like, so let's be serious about this, shall we? This isn't just a summer fling. Also, when it's a summer fling, you don't know it's a summer fling until after the summer, because that's the whole point is you're like, I got to go back to school now. And you're like, oh, that was a fun summer romance. Hopefully we'll meet at summer camp again next year.
Can I also just say another thing? Like, this whole notion of them in talks, like you said, Bradley, like they're sitting down at a boardroom table, which they actually probably are with their publicists present.
Yeah, exactly. Their publicists are,
right,
while they're, staring ominously into the photograph, the framed photo of them from 2002.
But the thing that is like so ridiculous about the storyline is this notion that they know it's going to be hard balancing their children and their careers.
Jobs,
you know what? They've both been in other relationships. This is not new, right? So
they've also been in Hollywood for 1,000 years.
So that's
and they've also dated before.
This. Yes, that's what I'm saying. This is what's so dumb about this.
Jennifer,
you all think we're dumb.
Okay. Adds the source again to people. Jennifer is the happiest. I don't know if that means
she's happier than Ben,
to Ben, or just she is in her happiest place. Jennifer,
that's the hard thing about the English language.
Grammar. Jennifer is the happiest. She keeps gushing about how amazing Ben is. Like,
amazing.
Gross. Also, like, can you, like, what?
Gushing to who? Because they've been on top of each other the whole time.
Them.
Right.
Like, what do you think it's like? They're like, the cabin crew is like, hey, people, we're on a break in Capri, and while they're shopping, I thought I would call you with all the details. Jennifer's really happy. She's been gushing about how amazing Ben is. Like, how did that come down? Like, Jennifer's like, oh, I just love how amazing you are. What?
I'm so dumb.
Anyway, that's what the source is telling us. It's nothing new, but it is doing the thing that a publicationship is supposed to do, which is garnering major headlines in major tabloids. And this tour throughout the Mediterranean is truly the thing that we need right now, because there's not a lot of other celebrity stories that are rising to this level, save Britney Spears.
True.
Literally save Britney Spears.
Yeah. Thank you. Hashtag
free Britney.
Save Britney.
With the exception of that story, there's nothing else going on. So it's genius, right? They know that we're all sitting around going.
But how could we ever think that this was anything but completely designed by a top level architect? And
if not, we should be that architect, because we would do this better. Because here's the first thing. They know summertime is a barren wasteland when it comes to celebrity gossip. It should be a hot time, right? But it's just filled with
a lot of half-naked celebrities on yachts, right? Like, nobody does anything. Nothing is moving in the summer. We've talked about this before. Like, we hit around holidays. We're like, oh, the celebrities aren't entertaining us anymore. So somebody was smart to be like, guys, if you guys are going to get back together, do it in the middle of the barren wasteland.
Especially
that is summer.
This is now the second summer of COVID, sadly. Get your shots.
Shots.
Don't even get me started.
I'll get you started later. Lizzo will get you started.
Okay,
we'll talk
good.
about it later.
But there's not, because of that, there's not the usual summer activity even. So like the Olympics, I don't know if you know this, there are some stories, and we're going to talk about like a really important story later in this hour. But despite that story, there's not a lot going on because not a lot is allowed to happen for this particular Olympic game. So there's really a drought. There's not a lot of blockbuster films in movie theaters, like the way that at the volume that there would be if there was no pandemic. So this story is really allowed to occupy a level of space such that I'm actually tracking their mega yacht right now off the coast of Italy. Which
this is a thing that you do that I super love, is that you can, with merely the name of the watercraft,
so
you can tell us exactly where they are in time and space at any given moment. Can you give us their coordinates?
Well, I don't know if I have actual, I can get actual coordinates, right? North 40, 34, 31.33.
That's what I thought they were.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's off the coast of a part of Italy I'm not familiar with. It's like on the boot. This would be like the ankle.
Okay.
And it's south of Naples, but it's in the Gulf of Salerno. They just left the Isle of Capri, which is an island. The island of Capri, where we saw them yesterday. They showed up in photographs shopping, and remember
they were in a cafe.
Like, don't look at me. And Jennifer's like, look at me. And they were shopping and doing their thing. Well, then they got on the boat at some point yesterday and made a beeline for the main land of Italy. And I don't see any cities around here that I'm familiar with. There's like a marina called Marina del Cantone.
Well, they're close to the Amalfi Coast.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's just
that
a
makes
hop,
sense.
skip, and a jump to Positano, Amalfi.
I got a question.
Yeah, but that's like up north.
Is
isn't
something
it?
happening on the Amalfi Coast right now? Because there are some Turkish celebrities that are, I'm not joking, I know you're going to roll your eyes. There are some Turkish celebrities that are hanging out there right now.
Here's what's happening. This is the season. So
we all go to other locations in the United
People go to their
States,
cabins.
but rich people be going to the Amalfi Coast.
Yeah, they go to the Mediterranean, right? Because this is peak yachting season, and you've got it does not take much. Like, if you go to the Daily Mail, I guarantee you're going to find 4 or 5 stories of celebrities on yachts or celebrities in the south of France, and probably more, because that's what everybody's doing right now. And you've got Cannes and all that. I don't know when Cannes actually.
It's done.
It's done.
Is it done?
Cannes is in the can. It's
But
over.
everyone does it in July because in August, Italy kind of shuts down.
Yeah.
So you got to go while the getting's good.
This is the tail end then. So this is the last gasp. And I would imagine this is probably their last stop. Maybe they're, they started in Saint-Tropez. I would assume they're going to go back, but maybe not. Maybe they'll catch a flight out of
they're rich.
Naples.
They can do whatever they want. You know what I mean? Like they can take that yacht all the way
but they wouldn't.
home and just get dropped off.
Like you and I think that way. We're like, just take the boat back.
What's the most efficient way that you would do this?
And it's like, no, they have a private jet pick them up in Napoli while they're having some, pizza. That's the birthplace of pizza. Now I just want pizza.
Wow. Thanks for that journey.
Okay. Anyway, so they're literally just tootling around on a big fancy boat, like a lot of celebrities, and I'm here for it.
I mean, it is sexy. Like they are living out everybody's romantic dream. This is like a real life movie in progress.
Like it's any actual fun?
No.
For them specifically, because they are actually not doing what you and I would be doing, which is not caring about anybody else and what they think.
No, they have to make appearances. This is literally like a world tour.
Yeah.
Don't think for 1 second that this is just the two of them on a vacation. At each and every port, they have to be ready to be photographed.
Yeah.
This is all about getting as many paparazzi photographs as possible and getting people to follow. I mean, doing exactly what we're doing, trying to follow where they're going next. What's their next sexy location for their super sexy romp? she's
Well, I'm
looking
sure we'll see
fabulous
it.
at 52. We're going to see the romp?
No, I'm saying like wherever they're going today, like their boat's been tootling around in this Gulf of whatever I said, Naples, Gulf of Naples.
No, it started with
Salerno.
Yeah,
Gulf of Salerno. The boat's been tootling around in circles, and so I bet they've already like jetted off on their, the little dinghy or whatever that shoots off the back.
Yeah,
and if we haven't seen photos on the Daily Mail yet, I'm sure they'll be forthwith arriving because it's probably 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night now over there.
They're definitely taking a romantic stroll somewhere.
Oh yeah, holding hands.
Yeah.
Until they get too sweaty and then they wipe them on their pants.
But I don't think that happens to celebrities, Holly. That's
sweat.
what happens to real people.
No, because they get Botox in their sweat gland.
They're fine. Sorry. Well, we will continue to follow them on this journey and to judge them for it. When we come back, though, on the Colleen and Bradley Show, Holly Roberts is bringing us all the dirt straight from Hollywood with a dirt alert on My Talk 107.1.
This is a My Talk Dirt Alert.
Holly Roberts has brought us all the dirt straight from Hollywood. It's a dirt alert.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Celebrity gossip coming right at you in the form of Kelly Clarkson being ordered to pay her ex, Brandon Blackstock, $200,000 a month in spousal and child support.
Oh,
You
my
guys,
gosh.
Can I just say,
Will you marry me? Sorry, what?
Kelly Clarkson?
Kelly
will you marry
Clarkson,
me?
that's what I
was gonna
meant.
Say I'm not,
And then divorce
I
me?
ain't getting you anywhere near that $200,000 mark. Can I honestly just say, I think it's absurd that anybody, and I know, don't at me because Kelly Clarkson doesn't need you to defend her. I just think it's absurd in the year 2021 that anybody should be required to need $200,000 a month.
Unless you're that person, and then by all means, I'm just saying.
Trust. The tendency is to say well, you got to be able. That's the way it works. I get it. I understand that we live in a world that doesn't make any sense half the time. Hello, have you been paying attention?
Right.
But there's just an absurdity to the notion that somebody just is writing a check every month for $200,000.
Yes.
Bonkers.
Now, this is temporary, but the order has been handed down that Kelly Clarkson is going to pay almost $200,000 per month to her ex, Brandon Blackstock. Now, that is about half of what he originally sought because Brandon was asking $436,000 in monthly spousal and child support. Now,
I just can't even get my head around
justify that. What do you say to the judge? Well, I really need to pay, my bills.
I just don't even sorry. I have to.
we're processing.
Because, and then I got stuck for a second because also remember, he works. So it's not like he.
Well, that's the other thing I don't understand.
He's getting that on top of his own money.
It's can't you just all be responsible for yourselves?
No.
I mean, it's the child support is different to me.
Yes.
Listen.
That, I think kids should get everything, and I'm not going to bore you with my own history, but pay your damn child support.
Right.
I'm going to say that, but spousal support.
Well, so the other thing about that is, Bradley, I feel like when everybody is super, super wealthy and everybody's making a lot of money, maybe we don't need to be so hard on these rules.
Thank you.
But
I'm not talking about the average person.
Right. No, and I know that.
Yeah.
So but I think, the average people where there might be a disparity in income or somebody, then yes.
For sure.
But
Absolutely.
in this case, it's a little obscene when we're talking about this. It's just obscene.
Much better way to put it.
You can throw your obscene money at me, though. Okay. What?
He's going to go to the mail every month and get a check for $400,000.
I don't think it happens that way. I think they just direct deposit it.
They're not going to come like a publisher's
Oh
clerk.
my
Do you
gosh,
think I can take a picture like we do, on our phone and just deposit it right away? But then I always tear it up and throw it in the recycling, and I think,
oh no,
what if it doesn't get deposited?
Well, you got to put the confirmation number on it and then hold on to it for a couple weeks.
Oh boy,
you don't do that. You guys.
Oh boy,
I just
learning
tear that
so
up
much.
And put it in the trash.
No, you got to let that thing clear first. Make sure that money's there.
I just figure it's in there. It says it was in there, so it's fine.
Well, so a couple more
I don't
details.
trust anybody. Back to Kelly.
Sorry.
Clarkson.
This suddenly became our own financial management.
Oh my
segment.
goodness! So according
Don't
to
take
TMZ,
advice from us.
Thank you. The recent court filing states that Kelly earns more than $1.5 million per month in income. Now, TMZ is also revealing in documents that Brandon says that he decided to leave his career as an entertainment manager and made a very deliberate choice in changing his life to become a full-time rancher, which includes working at a ranch and sponsoring rodeos. So see, you guys, he needs the spousal support.
Because he's a rancher.
He left Hollywood behind and decided to promote rodeos.
Must be nice. Also, what?
I mean, follow your dreams, kids, I guess.
Follow your dreams.
I would like to follow my dreams with a $200,000 check coming my way every month.
Yeah.
That works out for
God,
him.
we just sound bitter and fine.
You know what?
It's
Maybe
bitter
we are.
Wednesday.
You don't know.
You don't know.
I'm not bitter, but I just, it's amazing how people live.
Very true. Now, Mila Kunis is having a change of heart. She's now admitting that it was selfish to deny her husband, Ashton Kutcher, his space trip.
Okay. I can't.
What?
I cannot with the level
Are
of
you
stories
trying
that
to
we're
get us
bringing.
to burn the rich? I mean, what is...
Eat the rich.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. We eat them. We don't burn them.
Yeah. We don't want them too well done.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Al dente.
Mila Kunis, she revealed, now earlier this month, the story was Ashton Kutcher telling us that he decided to forfeit his ticket on one of Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic flights because Mila Kunis told him not to go because he was a dad now and he needed to stay on Earth. Well, now...
I can't with this. I can't.
Well, but wait,
You're
there's
a
more.
dad now. You need to stay here on Earth.
have to be
can't go
responsible.
to space.
Yeah, so then
You
Ashton
better
Kutcher...
wear your helmet.
He didn't give the ticket away. He actually sold it back. So he wasn't even generous with it. He got his money back. Now, reflecting on this experience,
Wow, what a rude thing to do.
Mila Kunis now tells People.com that she regrets asking Ashton Kutcher to return the ticket because
you?
it was a moment of panic.
I feel like they had a dinner conversation where she was like, honey, I've been carrying this around for a long time. I'm sorry I didn't let you go to space.
I was just concerned that, something would happen.
And I was just
I
really,
think
it was
that
a
actually,
selfish moment.
when you think about humans, that seems like an actual conversation people would have. Okay, that's a really risky thing. And what if you don't come back?
Well,
But it's such an unrelatable conversation
For
because
you're going to go to
but
space.
for something that's very vanity driven,
Oh,
that
yeah.
is an entirely vanity trust. I would have been on the thing, and if Jamie was like, "Well, think about Wheezy," I'd be like, "She'll be fine. You'll be fine. There's an insurance policy with your name on it. You'll be good."
You're going to be fine. Now, Mila
Yeah.
Kunis is saying that conversation was driven by hormones, where she said, "You're going to die.
Okay.
The thing's going to explode."
Oh, so she was just being she was just busy being a woman.
Yep.
woman.
She was busy being a hysterical woman. And Mila says that being the sweet man that Ashton was, he decided to please his wife.
Okay.
Because that's
Happy wife.
happy life.
So I didn't go to space because I put my wife first.
Yeah.
That's just so relatable.
Now, Mila wants everyone to know that she would probably have let him go to space now, but it's too late.
I can't.
I would just say to
That
her,
story-
thanks for that letdown.
Who
A lot
reported
of
this?
fat
People.
good
Okay.
that does me now.
A lot of times you bring me, not you, but the world brings me People magazine stories and I roll my eyes or I go, I can't believe that passed as journalism. This story though, I would like to submit it for all the awards because that was beautiful. Everything
It
about
hit
that.
all the
It
notes.
really did. It just was the gift that keeps on giving. Every time I thought we were done with the story, there was another moment.
Privilege,
Oh, how
misogyny.
Yeah.
It had it all.
Now, the reason that she's in headlines is because she's trying to sell her own NFT,
I was going to say there's
fungible tokens.
There's a reason we've been talking about them lately, and this obviously explains it because they've been in headlines now, I think, for the week.
Well, yeah, because yesterday it was about how they don't bathe their kids. But, by all means,
What are
buy a
these
ticket to space.
non-fungus tokens that she's trying to shill for?
There's an episode of a web series called Stoner Cats that's looped in with Mila Kunis's NFTs.
Okay.
So she's trying to sell you something
That you don't want.
that you don't want and actually you don't need.
Okay, fun. Holly, I both needed and wanted that dirt alert. Thank you so much. When we come back, Holly's going to bring us some pop culture mysteries in the form of blind items in a segment we call it Blinded by the Item after this. Every day at this time we solve some pop culture mysteries on the Colleen and Bradley Show, My Talk 1071. I'm Colleen Lindstrom. That's Bradley Trainer.
Hello.
And Holly Roberts brings us these pop culture mysteries in the form of blind items. We solve them in a little segment we call Blinded by the Item.
Blinded by the item.
Oh, yeah. Hot celebrity gossip mysteries coming at you, Colleen and Bradley. Solve this first mystery. This former A-plus list, mostly movie actress, all of you know, has invested her entire life savings into cryptocurrency. And it's a cryptocurrency that's not doing well. Ooh. We're talking tens upon tens of millions of dollars.
No way. Okay, former what? What is it?
A-plus?
Former A-plus list actress?
That we all know.
Okay. TV or movie?
This person would be movies.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Liza Minnelli.
Okay.
Like how old?
50s.
Okay.
TV former. Why is she former?
Former movie. Former movie act. Well, because she doesn't really act anymore.
Did she retire, kind of?
Not necessarily
Is her name
retire.
Charlize Theron?
No.
Is her name Sharon Stone?
No.
Is her name Cameron Diaz?
No.
Cameron Diaz isn't 50.
That's true.
I hope.
She's in her
Late
40s.
40s, I think.
Yeah.
She's late 40s, maybe.
This person is in their 50s. They were once the highest paid female movie actor in the entire world in the 90s.
Diane Lane.
What? Oh,
What's she up to?
Is it who I think it is? And I always want to say Judith Light. It's not Judith Light, but Julia Roberts.
Good guess,
You
though.
get Judith Light and Julia
I
Roberts?
don't know why, but every time I'm like Judith Light,
yeah.
and I can't think.
I'm sorry.
It's the
I'm sorry that
Jays.
happens
It's the
to you.
Jays.
Now, this person, once you think about it, you would be like, oh, okay,
That
that's
makes
why
sense.
they invested in cryptocurrency, because of a person that they had a relationship with in the past.
Oh, so they were in a relationship with Elon Musk?
No. But who else is very
Crypto?
tech forward?
Cryptocurrency-ish?
Yeah. And you would be like, okay, yeah, you would take
Ashton?
this. Yeah.
Oh, Demi Moore.
Oh.
Julia texted Meg Ryan.
I mean, good guess.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
guess.
That's
Good
a really
guess.
good guess, actually. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Demi.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay, fill in that blank.
So NT Lawyer is saying Demi Moore possibly has invested her entire life savings into
Dinty
crypto.
Moore. I'm sorry.
Dinty Moore. Cryptocurrency. And it's a crypto that's not doing so well. Tens upon tens of
That
millions
seems
of dollars.
totally real.
No, I'm here for this.
Right?
I bet this happened. Ugh, that's too bad. That's unfortunate.
Next.
Blinded by the item.
Another celebrity gossip mystery. Solve this one, Colleen and Bradley. This love her or hate her A-list celebrity spent more money than most people earn in a year just in trying to get tabloids to bite on her new announcement about a puppy.
Chrissy Teigen.
Oh.
Yes.
Did they get a new puppy?
Yeah, she got a new puppy.
So, Chrissy Teigen spent more money than most people earn in a year to try to get tabloids to bite on her new announcement about a puppy. Haven't really seen a lot of stories about Chrissy Teigen's new puppy.
I saw a couple, though, and I thought to myself, somebody's trying to change the narrative using a four-legged friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. People.com, TMZ are the only tabloids that have
That pick
headlines
that up.
that pick that up. Woof. Woof.
Woof. Like, really? Woof.
Yeah.
Okay, am I right?
Yes. Now, People.com's headline, trying to play at people's heartstrings by Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, adopt basset hound named Pearl.
She is super cute.
She is really cute.
But I bet a lot of celebrities have adopted animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't get stories.
True. But again, she's trying to make her way in the world today.
Takes everything you got.
And a lot of money.
Apparently,
And
literally
she needs
everything,
a bunch
every
of
dollar you got.
headlines.
She does need some positive Prius. Next.
Blinded by the item.
Another celebrity gossip mystery to solve. This former A-list athlete / performance enhancing drug user can't even afford the yacht he's on right now. Someone else is footing the bill for the yacht and the women. Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Alex Rodriguez can't afford the yacht he's on right now. Someone else is footing
Can't
the
afford
bill.
the yachts that he's got. He's just A-Rod without any money.
Without a block.
But he has a bevy of women.
Wait, he just bought the Timberwolves. How could he not afford a yacht?
Well, remember another blind item we talked
Yeah.
about that said Alex Rodriguez doesn't really have all that money right now, and that he's negotiated a payment plan where he's going to be paying more over time, a little interest on those.
And
payments.
also remember, he's got a partner.
Yes.
in that purchase.
He's gay?
Also,
It's a joke.
I really do think. I mean, listen, he's still okay. I did do some research the other day, and he and J-Lo still do follow each other on the socials, and also they still have businesses together.
Yeah.
So if I were her, I'd be like, hey, we need to disconnect this stuff because you're not maybe as successful as you were when you were with me.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Can we just put that into perspective for a moment? Who is she with right now?
Ben Affleck?
I mean, he's successful, but he's not like the most
I
successful.
feel like in J-Lo's mind, she doesn't want to
Well-
be eclipsed potentially by anybody.
Yeah,
So-
certainly. I could see that.
Right? So, like, she can't date somebody who's in the same stratosphere as she is.
But my
also,
point
who's
is-
in the same stratosphere.
I just think she would prefer to be with someone who's not going to eclipse her. Meaning,
Right.
that's
Right. Like, that's part of the plan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because she could be with a man who doesn't walk around forlorn with donkeys
True.
with dog doo-doo in a bag. Like that's what I would do
Right.
in my world, walk around with doo-doo in a bag. I do that daily.
Thank you for doing that.
Yes. Pick up your poop.
But J-Lo doesn't want any part of this.
Nor
Her loss.
do you want any part of J-Lo.
Oh, yeah, I do. I want the part with the bank account. Thank you. I am straight for pay. When it comes to that level, sign me up. Jamie would be fine with it.
Okay.
He would give her fashion tips.
Okay. Next, Holly.
Blinded by the item.
Another celebrity gossip mystery for Colleen and Bradley to solve. This A-/B+ list comic actor likes to pretend he's still close to his longtime A-list partner, but they had a falling out years ago and keep things completely professional.
A comic partner?
Comic partner.
Movie comic partner?
Television comic partner.
Is this like a Charlie Sheen?
No.
Okay. I'm going to need some more hints.
The show was on a cable network known for laughs called Comedy Central.
Oh,
Is it Key and Peele?
there you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof,
So
okay.
Interesting.
Keegan Michael Key likes to pretend he's still close to his longtime comedy partner, Jordan Peele. But they had a falling out years ago and keep things completely professional.
Wow.
Well,
I mean, that stuff happens.
Yeah. And then there'll be a Jerry Lewis telethon in the future and they'll reunite and sing show tunes together.
I would just like to go ahead and say, I feel like in 2021, we can all agree that telethons, nobody ever liked them.
Yeah.
I would actually pay to not have to watch a telethon. Thanks.
We'll keep that in mind for fundraising.
Thanks, Colleen, for giving us the hot take on a telethon.
On the Jerry Lewis telethon.
That was a conversation for about 20 years ago. That would have actually meant something then. Now people are like,
But
what's
back
a
then,
telethon?
I didn't have money to give to telethons or
But
not.
telethons
watching
were
them.
fun. Again, we
No,
didn't
they
have
were
80.
not.
Yes, they were.
No.
We did not have anything else to do. And so getting to see a drunk, I don't know who insert celebrity, like walk around on the stage,
I don't know, red
belting
buttons.
out, tired old shtick.
No thanks.
We had no other options. We had no streaming services.
Now
We had no YouTube.
Now we just pay money to buy tickets to watch old celebrities, tired old shticks.
Yeah.
At the casino tour, right, Bradley?
I'm fine with that.
Her name is Vicki Lawrence.
Well, not anymore. I'm not giving her any more.
Twice in a week, guys.
I know,
Twice in a
right?
week.
We
Mentioning
brought
Vicki Lawrence
up.
Oh, I
I
was
know.
like, she performed twice in a week? No, she was not. Our
No,
favorite.
it wasn't good. Do we have time for one more?
Sure.
Okay.
Blinded by the item.
A confirmed celebrity gossip mystery. The powers that be are already talking replacements for this A-list mostly movie actress who bombed big in the universe. They want someone younger and who will also be willing to do nude and sex scenes down the road.
Somebody who bombed big in the universe?
Well,
So is that like a superhero franchise?
yeah, that's a superhero franchise,
And they want somebody to be able to do sex scenes in the superhero franchise?
which is kind of shocking because the superhero franchise is notorious for being unsexy. Maybe they want to change directions.
okay.
What superhero? The Hulk?
No.
Is it a male superhero?
No.
The lady superhero.
Yeah.
Oh, so
she
what's-
bombed big.
Well, I guess I'd have to look at the numbers, but there was about a 70% drop at the box office from its debut weekend to its second week of release.
What was the one? That one with the lady?
Wonder Woman?
No.
Black Widow?
Oh! It is Black Widow. Okay.
Ooh.
So the powers that be are talking replacements for Scarlett Johansson.
Oof.
And apparently Black Widow bombed,
That's not
according
gonna
to
go
Disney
well.
numbers. And they want someone younger who might be willing to do some sex scenes down the road. Although I don't believe that because there is no sex in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right? I didn't think
It
they
is-
had
They
sex.
don't have sex?
I don't think there was superhero sex.
No, it's just decidedly unhorny.
Yeah.
That's
it's not
a shame.
it's not very horny.
No,
I
it
mean,
is.
They've got all those cute outfits.
Right.
Very role play.
Tell us more.
Hey, Spider-Man. Nope. I'm gonna keep. I was just about to go into territories that don't allow
Oh, look at the time.
for an appropriate
Unfortunately,
conversation.
we
at
can't go
12:42 in the
into those
afternoon.
territories. When we come back on the Colleen and Bradley show, let's talk about Simone Biles. I think this is the thing.
Yes!
Everybody's talking about it. And I'm going to try to shed some light on what we know is going on with it. And we can just talk about the choice that Simone Biles made in the Olympics after
Awesome.
this on My Talk 1071. Thank you, Holly. This is the Colleen and Bradley show on My Talk 1071, streaming live at mytalk1071.com. Everything Entertainment. I'm Colleen Lindstrom. That's Bradley Trainer.
Hello.
And let's talk about Simone Biles, shall we?
Let's do it.
Because as you're driving around today, you might see some billboards that we put up here at My Talk 1071 reminding everybody that to us, Simone Biles is absolutely a champion. And here's something I've noticed just from the chatter on social media. It seems like people are starting to crystallize their understanding of what happened with Simone Biles. But early on, it was interesting to hear kind of the rumblings. The upshot is this. During the women's team final for women's gymnastics in the Olympics, Simone Biles, after her first vault routine, opted to exit the final. So she was like, I'm going to step back. The team's got this. I can't do this. And from the very beginning, people not really understanding exactly what had happened, and more is emerging and has emerged over the past, 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah.
But at first, it was shocking to people. And there were a lot of people who were maybe thinking that this was like an ego-driven decision for Simone Biles, like she hadn't done as well as she wanted to, and so she decided to step down. Well, that's not at all what happened.
Yeah. No, I mean, just people react to bits and pieces. They hear like Simone Biles withdraws and her team, people just interpret things without actually going beyond the headline.
Right.
And they do. It's just another example of what they do all too often with stories like this. And everybody's running around. I mean, this is a story that I've heard people outside of our world talking about, which means that it's rising to a certain level and people have opinions about it. And what you realize, like, happens with Britney Spears or any other celebrity story that breaks through, often there's a lot of misinformation and people kind of just take their own personal politics and apply them to whatever headline they see.
Well, and especially in the age of social media, right? Like something happens and it already is getting like twisted out of control before we even have any more information. So what people, what happened to begin with is that Simone Biles, now, from what I understand from people who know better than I do, Simone Biles is such a superior athlete in general when it comes to gymnastics, but the vault is her, like she is head and shoulders above all else on the vault.
Yeah.
That is her event. And so it was shocking to people when she dropped from what she had planned to do on the vault down to something a little bit less than what she had planned to do. Now, recently she had landed that like unbelievable super twist thing that like nobody had ever done, right? The Simone Biles.
Yeah.
And so people were expecting a lot from her on the vault. From what I understand, what happened is I think in gymnastics it's called the twisties. It's another word for it is like getting lost in the air. From the way I understand it is it's similar to what would happen if you were flying a plane and you lost the horizon. And you can understand how dangerous that would be when you're in the air. It's like getting vertigo while you're flipping in the air, and you've lost your point of reference, so you don't know where the ground
do that in
is.
Dance, right? Like when you're spinning and things, you have to pick a spot.
It's called spotting, yeah. So you find a spot, and that's how you don't get dizzy. But when you're doing that in dance, you're on one level. When you're doing that in gymnastics, you're flipping every which way. You have to know where the ground is, right? Because think about how that would be if you're up in the air twisting, and you don't know where the ground is. People have been severely injured, losing where they are in the air. And so for an Olympic gymnast to have that happen, then what ends up happening is that becomes a mental block. Because once that happens you're like, I don't know if I really want to do that again, right? She's a human being. So she stepped back and basically said, like, I can't perform. I can't do this. I need to take care of myself. And then she's like trusted the rest of her team. And what was really cool about it is Simone Biles, she could have just like left the team, like gone off to be treated by the team doctors, figured out her own stuff. But she didn't. She stayed there and cheered for her entire team. And it was really beautiful to see happen. Yeah. I have such respect for what it takes for an athlete of her caliber to say, I can't compete.
Well, I think it's just another opportunity. And I know there are people out there who don't take mental health and mental illness seriously, or anything that's not a physical injury, right? Like there are just people who can't accept that if you're an athlete, if you're a professional athlete, I've never understood. So this is why, my perspective is probably somewhat a little tone deaf to people who are in it to win it when it comes to like professional athletes. I don't understand setting up a system that puts that much pressure on individuals to perform in a way that's not realistic, because by all accounts, if you look at time and time again throughout history, there are so many examples of people who weren't listened to or taken seriously in regard to their mental health, that their physical health took precedence over their mental health.
Yeah.
And this is a moment where we can be reminded that mental health is just as important as physical health. And oftentimes the two are connected. It's not as though your brain is one thing, your body is another thing, and the two are divorced from each other. But there is this understanding superficially in the world that, that your mental health is disconnected. It's not as serious. It's not as important, and just suck it up and get through it. And that's like, also the reaction that is the case, like people assuming when they hear this story that like, oh, she just needs to suck it up or whatever, that still happens in 2021 is like shocking to me.
Oh, we don't have time to talk about it, but don't even get me started when people are drawing some sort of correlation between her and Carrie Strug, the time that she took the vault and was severely injured and landed on one leg. I mean, was so much abuse happening in that moment. We should not be valuing that. We should be valuing exactly what Simone Biles did, because she's taking care of herself.
Absolutely.
When we come back on the Colleen and Bradley Show, what is the pandemic habit you'd like to break?